Miss Floyd is on the live. He's just joining now, folks. Can you hear me, Floyd? You can hear me okay, bud?
Uh-huh.
All right, perfect. I'm just going to start the documentary and then we'll do a discussion afterwards. Yeah?
Okay. That's fine. I'm gonna change my background.
They dragged her out, and it reminded me of deer hunting. You drag out a deer carcass.
We need more munitions!
He was completely out of control. He himself was committing crimes in the process.
There's people from all over the nation, from every state.
There has been a lot of fraud.
He could stop this.
At least one person over here is being injured and taken away.
Capitol Hill, overtaken by Americans.
The story of January 6 changes drastically, depending on who's telling it. The House Select Committee on January 6 has deemed the incident an attack on the American system, comparable to the bombing of Pearl Harbor, or even the terrorist attacks on 9/11. It's being investigated as a potential insurrection that could allegedly incriminate former President Donald Trump. And it's being used domestically to frame a new narrative on domestic extremism. Yet is this narrative really the case?
Imagine if the American people actually saw just what happened to Roseanne Boylan and these officers who keep portraying themselves as heroes that day.
He fires at her and strikes her in the left shoulder.
It's a failure not only of training, but it's also a failure of bystandership and supervision.
January 6 demands a full and impartial investigation, one free from foregone conclusions, hidden agendas, and naked hyperbole. The nation needs a serious examination of January 6, one that includes the subjects too often ignored in media coverage and in political speech. With interviews, on-the-ground reporting, and exclusive footage, we'll now tell the real story of January 6. Yeah, we're on the ellipse now. We'll meet you soon. Good stuff. Thank you. To begin this investigation, I sat down with Joe Hanneman, the lead reporter on January 6th at the Epoch Times, to review our footage.
January 6th started out as a protest, a large gathering to hear President Trump speak about his concerns and his charges that there was widespread fraud of the presidential election. People came in very large numbers to the ellipse in Washington, D.C. to hear his speech.
We will never give up. We will never concede. It doesn't happen. You don't concede when there's theft involved. Stop the steal.
His speech ran long, or his appearance went overtime. And I think that caused some issues over at the Capitol because there were people gathered over there who were already in the process of breaching some of the security lines before the president had stopped speaking. So the people that were encouraged to go to the Capitol peacefully and made their voices heard were largely still over listening to the president when some of these unusual things happened on the Capitol grounds. It really goes to the heart of other unusual happenings that day, the role of suspicious actors in various places around the Capitol, and all of which lead you to the conclusion that a deeper look is needed to really define that, what January 6th is, because we're still